At the edge of the world lies a continent shaped by ice, wind and time. This is Antarctica, vast, remote and essential to life on Earth. Here and on windswept sub-Antarctic islands, Australia has worked for more than a century, protecting a fragile environment and advancing science and our national interests in the Great Southern region.
The Australian Antarctic Division administers the Australian Antarctic Territory, which covers 42% of the Antarctic continent. The division also administers the World Heritage-listed Sub-Antarctic Territory of Heard Island and McDonald Islands. As coordinator of the Australian Antarctic Program, the division supports scientific research from 3 permanent stations: Casey, Davis and Mawson, alongside remote field bases, a mobile inland station and a 4th station on sub-Antarctic Macquarie Island. Australia's stations are run like small towns, with essential services and medical facilities, as well as scientific laboratories, mechanical workshops, food and equipment storage, communication infrastructure and living spaces, everything needed to support science at the end of the Earth. Each year, up to 500 people, including scientists, tradespeople and other specialists from across government, industry and university sectors, make the journey south. They travel aboard Australia's icebreaking ship RSV Noyena, or via a 4-hour flight from Hobart to Wilkins Aerodrome, landing on a runway carved from glacial ice. In summer, the stations hum with scientific, building and maintenance programs. In the dark winter months, small groups of about 20 people keep each station running and ensure scientific monitoring equipment continues to collect data on wildlife, sea ice and the polar atmosphere.
Antarctica is surrounded by the stormy Southern Ocean and lies more than 2,600 kilometres from Australia's Antarctic gateway city of Hobart in Tasmania. Australia's nearest Antarctic station, Casey, lies 3,443 kilometres south of Hobart. Access to the continent is near impossible in winter when the extreme cold inhibits air operations and the sea ice expands to cover more than 17 million square kilometres. Despite these challenges, Australia has been working in Antarctica since the earliest days of Antarctic exploration. Geologist and Antarctic explorer Douglas Mawson led the first Australian expedition to Antarctica from 1911 to 1914, and a second from 1929 to 1931. Both expeditions were focused on science and mapping and exploring vast swathes of the coast and interior. Mawson believed Antarctica held knowledge essential to the future of civilization, including volumes of data of vital importance to science and economic problems, a belief and a truth that still guides us today. Those early expeditions contributed to the establishment of the Australian Antarctic Territory and laid the foundations for Australia's Antarctic Program. In 1947, the Australian National Antarctic Research Expeditions, or ANARE, was formed to facilitate scientific endeavour and create research stations on Heard Island, Macquarie Island and Antarctica. ANARE has evolved into our modern Australian Antarctic Program, now a collaborative partnership across government and more than 150 national and international research institutions.
Today, all activities in Antarctica are governed by the Antarctic Treaty, an enduring international agreement signed in 1959 that dedicates the continent to peace and science. 58 nations are currently party to the treaty. Key to the treaty's success is international cooperation through a suite of agreements, known as the Antarctic Treaty System, that guide the protection and conservation of Antarctica and the Southern Ocean. These include the Protocol on Environmental Protection to the Antarctic Treaty, which commits to comprehensive protection of the Antarctic environment and prohibits mining, and the Convention on the Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources. Australia works alongside dozens of other nations to ensure the Antarctic Treaty System remains strong and successful, International forums include the Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting, the Committee for Environmental Protection, the Commission for the Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources, and the Scientific Committee on Antarctic Research. Through these engagements, countries share knowledge, logistics and responsibility for the future of the Antarctic region. And the reason is clear.
Antarctica is not remote from our lives, it is deeply connected to them. Its vast ice sheets and surrounding sea ice reflect the sun's energy, helping regulate Earth's temperature. The Southern Ocean absorbs heat and carbon and drives currents that move water, heat and nutrients around the globe. Its cold waters support one of the most productive ecosystems on the planet, teeming with plankton and krill that sustain fish, seals, whales, penguins and flying seabirds. What happens in Antarctica echoes far beyond the ice. Its melting glaciers, warming ocean, shifting winds and diminishing sea ice all shape Australia's climate, weather and coastlines. To understand Antarctica is to understand both our past and our future. That's why Australia's considered stewardship of the vast Australian Antarctic Territory, Heard Island and McDonald Islands, and other areas we operate in, including Macquarie Island, is so important. It's why Australian Antarctic Program personnel endure the planet's harshest environment to value, protect and understand Antarctica and the Southern Ocean and contribute to a sustainable future for the continent, for our region and for the planet we all share. And it's why Australia invests in world-class scientific and operational capability.
Australia's scientific and resupply ship RSV Noyena carries scientists deep into the ice, unlocking new discoveries at sea and along the continent's edge, while also doubling as a floating research station. The 160-metre long icebreaker can carry 1,200 tonnes of cargo, 1.9 million litres of fuel, and 117 passengers and 32 crew. It can break 1.65 metre thick ice at 3 knots and sustain voyages for up to 90 days. Marine science voyages allow scientists to sample and study the ice, ocean, atmosphere, seafloor and the marine ecosystem. An on-board aquarium ensures captured krill and other marine life can be returned to Australia in perfect condition for further research at the unique land-based aquarium in Hobart.
Australia also supports deep field science by transporting people and equipment vast distances into the interior of the Australian Antarctic Territory via a tractor traverse. These cold-adapted tractors pull sleds carrying mobile living quarters, scientific equipment, fuel and other cargo to inland research sites. This includes our mobile inland station at Domesday North, 1,200 kilometres from Casey Station, where scientists are drilling for ice cores containing more than 1 million years of Earth's climate history. It also includes the remote Edgeworth-David base in the Bunga Hills, 450 kilometres from Casey, which has supported major science campaigns to understand the vulnerability of the Denman Glacier to a warming climate. This tongue of ice has the potential to raise global sea levels by 1.5 metres. Law Base in the Larsman Hills, 80 kilometres from Davis, provides a further access point for science to understand the biodiversity of one of Antarctica's rare ice-free areas. Aviation is also essential to Antarctic operations. A chartered Airbus links Australia to Antarctica via Wilkins Aerodrome, while smaller aircraft and helicopters provide support for science, resupply, infrastructure upgrades and personnel transfers between stations and field sites. Our long-standing partnership with the Australian Defence Force, called Operation Southern Discovery, sees cargo and equipment delivered to Wilkins Aerodrome on a C-17A Globemaster aircraft over summer, or airdropped where it's needed when the aerodrome is closed.
Even with modern technology, Antarctica remains unpredictable and unforgiving. Safety, well-being and teamwork are essential. Australia is building safer and more efficient stations, improving access to the continent, embracing new technologies to work smarter, and fostering a culture where everyone who lives and works in Antarctica is safe, respected and supported. Because Antarctica's future affects everyone.